Yes. Yeah. Just mute on our chicken. Yeah. Just.
வணக்கம். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி வந்திருக்கிற பார்த்துட்டு ஹேமா சங்கர் கொஞ்சம் வருடமாகவே அவங்களுடைய சோசியல் மீடியா அதெல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கேன். அவங்க ஒரு நல்ல ரியல்ட்டாக இந்த ஏரியா நிறைய ரிவ்யூ ரேட்டிங் அல்லது அவங்கள்ட்ட வாங்கணும்னு சொல்லி நான் நிறைய கேள்விப்பட்டேன். அதே சமயத்தில் தமிழ் மன்றத்துலையும் அவங்க ஒரு நல்ல டாப் லெவலில் இருக்கிறது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பிளாட்டினம் ஸ்பான்சர். அதில் ஒவ்வொரு வருடமும் அவங்களுக்கு தமிழ் மன்றத்துக்காக சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அவங்க ஒரு நல்ல ரோலராக நம்மளோட இருந்துருக்காங்க. கோவிட் காலத்துலையும் சரி சிட்டியும் சரி அந்த ரியல் எஸ்டேட் மார்க்கெட் டவுனாக இருக்கு அப்படின்லாம் பார்த்தோம்னா தமிழ் மன்றத்துக்கு எப்படியே அவங்களுடைய வேலை செஞ்சுட்டு நல்ல ரோலராக அது அதுக்காகவே பாராட்டுறாங்க. அப்புறம் இப்போ இந்த பொங்கல் ஈவெண்ட்லையும் கொடுத்தாங்க. அவங்க சரியான இடத்துல இருந்தாலும் அவங்களுக்கு நிறைய பேர் கேட்டு நிறைய பேர் பண்றதுல ரீச் பண்றாங்க. அதெல்லாம் நல்ல விஷயம். இன்னைக்கு அவங்களோட நிகழ்ச்சியில வீடு வாங்குறவங்களா இருக்கணும், வீடு விற்கிறவங்களா இருக்கணும், ஏரியா தனிப்பொருளியா மாற்று எல்லாமே பத்தி உங்களை மாதிரியே நானும் கேட்கறதுக்கு அவசியம்.
ஒரு வருடம் அனுபவம் 2003 தொழில் முனைவோரா ஆரம்பிச்சு இன்னைக்கு 21 வருடத்துல கால் வச்சிருக்காங்க. என்ன சொல்ல போனா தமிழ் மன்றத்துல ஒரே பெண் தொழில் முனைவோரும் இருந்தான். நன்றி. என் தகுதி Thank you so much for your love, your support. ரொம்ப நன்றி. நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேர ஸ்பான்சரா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லேடிஸ் பார்த்துதான் வீட்டில் அவங்க வேலை இருக்கும், ஒர்க் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. பிளஸ் தமிழ் மன்றத்துக்கு வேலை பண்ணுறது இட்ஸ் நாட் ஈஸி ஜாப். அவங்களுக்கு எதாவது சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும்னா ஸ்டார்ட் அண்ட் இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும் நான் அப்படியே வந்துட்டே வருது. எனக்கு மெயினா என்னன்னா ஒரு தமிழ் பேசுறவங்கன்னா எல்லாரும் ஈஸியா அவங்களுக்கு தமிழ் பேசுறவங்க கனெக்ட் ஆவாங்க. ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் நிறைய நல்லா எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண முடியும். அவங்களுக்கு உள்ள கொஸ்டின்ஸ் அபவுட் ரியல் எஸ்டேட் எல்லாமே. அதனால இது ரொம்ப ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும் எல்லாருக்கும்ன்றது நான் அப்படியே பண்ணிருக்கேன். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஆல்வேஸ் சப்போர்ட். அது இவ்வளோ அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி மழை வருது அதெல்லாம் பார்க்காம எல்லாருமே அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி எல்லாம் வந்துட்டு எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றி. பார்க்க அமையில பார்த்துட்டு எல்லாருக்கும் நன்றி. டெஃபினட்டா உங்களுக்கு என்ன கொஸ்டின் வந்து கேளுங்க.
நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு ஸ்லைடு வச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதை நோட் பண்ணீங்களா? ஓகே. அது நம்ம கேள்வி கேட்டாங்க. அவங்களால சில பேர் வர முடியல. அவங்க பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பாங்க.
ஸ்லைட் மாதிரி எதுவும் பண்ணல. பட் டெஃபினெட்லி நான் என்ன பேச போறேன்னா மெயினா there could be small change that everyone should know.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேசுறதுக்கே அவங்களுடைய
சரி ஸோ இன்னைக்கு நான் மெயினாக எல்லாரும் மீட் பண்ணி பேசுறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். மெயினாக ஃபார் பையர்ஸ், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் பையர், செகண்ட் டைம் பையர், மெயின்லி buyers. So there is a small change in real estate starting from July. There is an important form that every buyer needs to sign. It's a buyer representation agreement. So that okay. So starting from July, you work you have to sign a buyer representation agreement. And அதுதான் உங்களால போய் எந்த வீடும் ப்ரூவ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ முன்னாடி எப்படின்னா seller வந்து உங்களுக்கு they will cover the fees for the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. But இப்போ வந்து the seller should pay for the seller's agent and then buyer should pay for the buyer's agent. So that's a big change for all the buyers. But அதுக்காக யாரும் பயப்பட வேண்டாம். There is always negotiation that what does that mean? What does it mean? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, seller agent முன்னாடி அலைனா
இல்ல முன்னாடி வந்து okay seller வந்து they will compensate the seller's agent also the buyer's agent. Yeah. So the buyer வந்து all they pay for their closing costs and down payment. They don't need to pay to the realtor. But in the future, near future, the buyer may start paying the buyer's agent. So are there no difference or percentage? Percentage, it depends. Depends on the agent. Again, what kind of service they provide. Same. So that's the main topic that I want to talk today, because that is so important. Right now, even before உங்களுக்கு வந்து you just go, find maybe interview agents. It's the same thing now. Probably the buyer may end up paying the buyer's agent. So it is very, very important that you work with the right agent and you answer the right questions. Okay, how mainly this is the value, right? That is what எல்லாரும் வந்து realtor கூட வந்து ஏன் work பண்ணா because so much value that they are going to bring. So that we need to find out. Starting from okay, first purchase contract. First you have to understand why, or what are you signing, and what is in the purchase contract. Because sometimes when I'm the seller's agent, when I see the contract written agent may deliver that. So and they are representing the buyers. If I see that kind of a purchase agreement, I'm not even going to work with the agent or the buyer. So another purchase contract is very, very important because that you are putting your 3% initial deposit. So very, very important that and you will not payment. So எந்த ரிஸ்க்கும் நம்ம பண்ணோம்னா first purchase contract is very, very important. So அதெல்லாம் கரெக்டா வந்து அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கங்க. There was a law. Actually, there's still a lawsuit. So this is why everything has changed now because there was no transparency. So basically, the agents they're not telling the client that how much they are charging, how much they are going to share to the buyer's agent. So on the transparency, they're doing a lawsuit. So now everything kind of changing slowly. So please make sure that when you're working with the agent, make sure that what kind of value they're going to bring because that is very important. And I understand as a buyer's point, சில பையருக்கு வந்து அவங்களுக்கு டவுன் பேமெண்ட் கொண்டு வரதே ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். அப்போ வந்து on top of that buyer agent pay பண்றது it's going to be challenging. But again, there's always sorry.
Yeah, but usually when the seller, correct me if I'm wrong, is pays for agents. They usually price that in the price, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I am going to again. Let's say now when I work with the buyers, I may end up asking for the buyers, but my goal is to negotiate with the sellers because it's been so many years so far. That's how the real estate was running, right? So the seller will pay, but same thing. So for them, it's not a big change. But the seller will only pay the issue. But for the buyers, it's a new thing that we need to propagate to students. But my goal is to again negotiate with the seller. Or do some kind of arrangement, to make sure that sellers has to be buyers.
Should it be looked at as change for the buyer?
Definitely.
Indirectly, if the buyer is actually
Correct.
That's
right. Yeah. It is. It's just that whether it's going coming from out of your pocket or or is it added to the price?
Yeah.
So that is why again it's so important to talk to the agent and ask the questions how you are going to help me, to save money or to make the process much easier. That is very, very important. Sorry, any other questions?
Does it have any implication to the value of the property? I don't think so, not just in terms of value, but the pricing is better than
Exactly. Probably, yeah. Again, so everyone is still in the process of like digesting everything on the new change. Even the contract has changed, and then, like I said, the buyer representation form. That's something that we used to have like before we signed the P form and sign for P form sign for another money to go back to you. It's going to be like similar thing. Either you can have your agent to like maybe for that week you can get it signed or for the whole month. Just that how much you trust to have your contract.
as such, it does not change.
No. See, always in real estate, person is negotiable. Yeah, it's just how like how again, same thing. Like, there are some. There are some discount brokers that they maybe cut the commission and then same they cut the service too. But there are some full service, they charge full like the compensation and then they give a full service. So again, it's always negotiable. But now definitely you will come to know whether it's a buyer or the seller how much that I'm going to pay or how much that I'm going to pay to the buyers. There's to be more transparency, which is really, really good for the market and good for everyone.
And I think why back that was the case, wasn't it? Years ago. It was like this. I believe before your time.
So maybe
before your time. I believe that was something new.
Okay, so when I started in real estate, oh, got it. Okay. So
I think so. That was the case.
I see. Okay. So maybe it's going to be new for everyone. So we'll get used to it. Yeah.
So this buyer representation agreement,
Yes.
in the agreement, that percentage will be disclosed or where?
Exactly. That's exactly why that agreement is.
Fine.
Yeah. So so remember now. Okay, even now, this is like before July I'm talking. Before July, so the seller is going to pay buyer's agent. But from July onwards, again you are going to pay eventually buyer or again directly or indirectly, and so you have to like decide the compensation upfront. So let's say, for example, you are saying the buyer is saying, okay, I'm going to pay my agent like 3% compensation of the purchase price. But if the seller, like tomorrow, we are going to make an offer where the seller is also agreeing to pay the compensation to the buyer's agent. If it's less, then we have to take the less. So like whatever, so it's going to be like simply that what the buyer and the buyer agent is going to decide.
But typically, what is the?
That is only for the buyer side.
Equals to it in general sense.
Exactly. Like usually again 6%.
Yeah.
So 3 to each, or 5%, 2.5. See, but here is the thing, right? I mean, we don't know exactly. Like as a buyer's agent, they don't know what the the negotiation between the seller and the seller's agent. So this side we don't know. So all we know is like okay, whatever they're showing on the MLS. But now the new rule is like we cannot mention on the MLS compensation period.
But
So you have
the
to
seller as well as the buyer would know what they are paying today.
Yes, exactly. So which is good. I mean this is like I said, it's complete transparency. Yeah, no one can hide anything, this and that. So we very clean. Yeah. For sure. And so like Meena mentioned, like I have this. There is actually I have like 100 points, but I know it will be too much to read. Like I don't know how many people really read this, but if you okay, thank you. But imagine we are doing this in our life every single buyer or seller that I want to. Then imagine how much time that I'm really spending to make this. Because that's what I feel, which is very important. If someone thinks doing a real estate is easy, not true. Yeah, if you do all this, follow all this, it's going to take a lot of time and effort, which I am ready to do it, and that's what I've been doing. Again, since I started I didn't know a lot of things, but as the year goes, I'm doing the transaction, I learned so much. Even today, I learn every day. I try to learn something. Every transaction is different. What is important for my buyers or what is important for my sellers? So it's certain things. And one more thing, I really want to show. I think you all have this, like my recent transaction. So I'm not here to brag about what I did. The main purpose of this, what I exactly did with all this transaction. Like how much, again, talks about value, right? Okay, what value you are going to get from your buyers, your agent, whether you're a buyer or a seller. I just want to at least the first one is in Fremont. And by the way, so I work pretty much Fremont, I work South Bay, East Bay. Even now I started working in Central Valley area too. And wherever my clients, Sacramento, I go wherever my clients need me. If I feel comfortable in those areas, I'll definitely go over there. Yes. Like Stockton, Tracy, like further, yeah. And yes. Oh, my website. People who are seeing online can just go. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, my website is hemashankar.com. See my first name, my last name.com. If you go see that, you can see my past sales. Again, just going to show the number. Nothing. There's no story. What's behind, So that's exactly why today I want to share at least some of them. Again, what I brought to my license. Yeah, sure. These are like last year, because this year I'm still working with people, but this one is like very, very important because last year the market was hot. Well, now also it's hot. But yeah, it's getting there. Yeah. But again, in the same hot market, when I work with the seller, I get the best of them for my sellers. When I work with the buyers, I get the good deal for my buyers. Is it possible in the same marketplace? Probably, it's just how much effort you put, it's definitely possible. If someone thinks, okay, if the market is too hot, I don't want to buy this market, like, no, you still can buy the house. Yeah. So the first one, Fremont, so they listed at 2.7 million. And they also got multiple offers. Again, it's just how you negotiate with the seller. I can directly talk to the seller, but I can talk to the seller's agent and find out the more details. And even if they don't give you a call, I call the agent till I get the hold of the agent, right? I got all the details and then they did get multiple offers, but I know exactly what the seller is looking for. We got 100K less than the asking price.
You were representing the buyer.
I was representing the buyer, yeah. And we got like 100K less than the asking price, which was really, really good in that market. And the other one is the Sandroman. They listed at the first one got sold in August. The second one got that also in August. This was buyer, so I got them. So they were looking in Newark area because they thought they could afford, and their max was 1.4 million. And for 1.4 million, even Newark, Fremont, we couldn't find anything. And finally, in Sandroman, we tried some offers, but we didn't get it. And finally, I was able to get this house for the asking price without paying extra payment. So it was, again, I felt it was a good deal for me, and my clients are happy too. The other one, this is very important. The third one is this also in Sandroman, and this was in July. They listed it $1,099,000. This house was occupied by tenants. So there was no open house, nothing. The listing agent said, the sales agent said, okay, only from 1 to 3. That's the only showing time available. When I went there were people lining up. Like, I was like, oh my God, how are we even going to see this? And so we went and saw the home. I was thinking, okay, probably we may not get this house because of when I saw the crowd and I know the price was very attractive. This was a 4-bedroom home. And so when I checked the disclosures, there was no inspection was done in the house.
no inspection, only they had a seller disclosures. And this is my first time buyer that I'm working with. I told my clients, okay, there is no inspection, but with all this, generally, normally we do non-contingent offer. That means no matter what, I'm going to take this house. But there was, but I talked to the agent. I don't want, like, to get the house from my first time buyer without even knowing anything. So I talked to the listing agent. Hey, this, I put a inspection contingency for like 3 days. I told the the seller saying, okay, I'll get someone for let me just give me 3 days. So we made an offer. Finally, we ended at 1175, and that agent, he was very professional agent. He understood. Even he himself said, yes, we don't want to sell the property without like inspection. So we got the 3 days. We got the inspection done. I mean, our offer got accepted. And there was like $5,000 worth of like repair, and I was able to negotiate that with the seller, and my buyer is happy buyer. So again, it was a hot property, but there is no inspection, nothing. But still, I was able to get the contingency, and then I was still able to get the house and some closing cost credit for the trades. And okay, this is my favorite one, the Fremont Mission Area Orange Court. When I met with this seller in the beginning, when I had a listing agreement with the seller, I told him that okay, I'm probably I can list your house for 2.3. And then after that, like because the house was in original condition, and then they needed really help, like with the just they said okay, let's get painted, and then I said okay, it's a hot area, hot property, and I want to make sure we're present in the right way. So I hired a contractor. We did all whatever it needs. I mean, important ones. Again, I don't want to spend too much money on the seller. Like, I don't want them to pay too much. But wherever it really requires, we spend money. We got the house done, and after the house is done, I told the seller like, okay, let's go 2.5 million asking price. He was shocked. Okay, asking price. He was so happy to hear that. And then I was able to generate because the house was beautiful. And again, with all of my marketing and everything, finally it ended up 2.9 million. Yeah, he was, and this seller was in Hawaii. He was not even here. So I took care of all the remodeling, everything, and he was like super happy. And it was like 400K over asking. This was last year. And okay, the other one, the Dublin one, Inspiration Circle. This was a hard time too. This was in March. Last March, March is still hot. Again, I negotiated and I got under asking, almost like 200K under asking. It was a beautiful house. And the other one, the last one is the Seneca Park Group. It's a seller. I represent the seller. Fremont. Dublin. The Inspiration Seneca Park Group. Yeah. So this is near Irvington High School, but it's not even in Irvington High School. It's Kennedy High. It comes to Kennedy High. Same thing that this house was occupied by the tenants, and they made a mess big time. The house, when I entered the house, my seller said, okay, they were thinking either to sell it or rent it out. And then finally they decided to sell. So when I went and saw the home, it needed too much work. Again, same thing, I hired a contractor. And my company offers, we have a program called Concierge. So where you can borrow money from my company, you don't have to pay out the pocket. You can borrow money first and then get all the money done. And if you close escrow, so you will pay them back. There's no interest or anything. Yeah. So I use for both my these things. And so again, same thing, we got the work done. I was there to help my seller, the entire process. And we listed at 1,599 and sold for 1,783. Till now, this was last year. Till now, there's no one came to not even close to this price. So again, wherever I list, I mostly work with buyers. I work with the sellers equally. But wherever I do my listings, I'll make sure that that's going to be highest price in the neighborhood. That's for all Muslim, 90%. Because I put all the effort, you know, it's important. I just don't do it just because we're doing this thing. I really genuinely put all my effort to get my sellers the highest price, second to making never to the buyers. I want to get the best deal.
எனக்கு தெரியும் Hema எவ்வளவு ஹார்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணீங்கன்னா வேகத்துல கூட கிளைண்ட்டுக்கு பகிர்ந்து பண்ணுங்க.
Yes, and one more, yeah. When I say I really want to give a value, I just don't say it. I really mean it. This was like exactly the COVID time, like at 21. I had to undergo a big surgery. That I was working with first time buyers, and exactly that week there was house came, and I couldn't go show it because I had been in the hospital. And so my clients went and saw the house, and then they liked it. They texted me. I was in the bed, and then I saw their text. I'm like, oh God, I feel so bad that I'm not there because I don't know what the house, what we are, and they like it, and they said they want to make an offer. And what I did was okay, I referred to someone because I couldn't do it. So I said, okay, someone will help you. And they went and saw the home, they made an offer, the offer got accepted. So when I came from hospital, I know that the offer got accepted. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm glad that okay, the offer got accepted. And after few days, I obviously want to go see it. And they were waiting for me to go see it. And I went and saw the house. I got upset because the house is okay. This wasn't president. And but the price that they paid, I was not at all okay. And I knew that they really overpaid. And I couldn't I couldn't do anything at that time. But what we did was as the process was going, and then I was involved in it. The appraisal came in 50K less than what they offered. And they got very upset. I got upset too. And what?
Was that a contingency?
No contingency. Yeah, no contingency. So what I did was that was the time that okay, I talked to the sellers. Again, it's just a strategy. It's a strategy, how we play strategy. And I talked to the listing agent and told her, okay, the appraisal came in much lower. I know my client made an offer, but still they don't have this kind of money, and we did not expect this much. And then she said no. She was not. I asked her if you can reduce the price in it. She was not agreeing. Then I said, okay, let's cancel the contract. That's okay. And she was, are you sure you want to do that? Yeah, it's okay. Because they have to pay out of the $50 out of pocket anyway. Rather they use 30K, it's okay. And then again the next day she came back, okay. She said, okay, the seller, agreed to pay the 50K reduction. I was able to do it because I knew that we were already 2 weeks in the process. If they go back on the market, it's going to be the same problem they face, and it's based on time of the seller. So I knew that she will come back. So I said, yeah, that's why I kind of say that we won't cancel, and then my buyers were super happy. That I was so happy actually. I was so relieved that okay, now I'm able to get the right price for my buyers. So sorry, when Juliet was saying that when I was in the hospital, yeah, that was a different story. It's okay, but this is a recent story. So when I work with the buyers and seller, genuinely I really want to work. This is a business, but I don't do this as a business because it's not an emotions involved. So I respect that, and everyone's hard work money that they are putting in real estate, whether they're the first time buyer or second time buyer, it's all the same. Actually, I think someone asked a question.
Yeah. From this question.
Sure. Yeah.
I also have one question.
Yeah.
So, the question from Tamil.
Okay.
Same question. One question was there. Same question.
Okay.
Same question. Many of rental properties,
Yes.
investments.
Yes.
So, in the current market,
Yeah.
rental market is positive cash flow from the business.
Okay.
Rental property every month. How to do the rental property?
Sure. Okay.
The other question is
Okay. So the first question, it's almost impossible unless you put the cash, more cash down. Yeah, especially it's an interest rate. There's nothing else. I mean, there are some nice investment properties around there, but interest rate is even for first time buyer, primary home itself, the interest rate is 7%. Depends like they come from jumbo or high balance. And for investment, you're looking at almost 8%. That's a lot. More than more than the primary purchase. It's a lot. So positive cash flow unless you put more down payment. At this point, it's not possible. Because who the agent, the clients that they ask me, there are so many people who want to invest, but I told them, the numbers are not looking good. This is not going to be an investment. But however, I'm helping one right now. He's like, so Messer is an option. If someone is looking, maybe the reasonably priced, because Messer, I think now, because of the college, you see, I think it's going to be great in future, in the near future. This is what I was talking about like 4-5 years back in Sacramento. Now there was an area called Nagamas in Sacramento where the prices were in the 300 range. I told a lot of my clients they are all scared to go that far, and I understand. And it's their choice. But those prices went to 400, 400 went to 500, 500 went to 600 in Sacramento. So now
how many years?
5 years. Yeah. Especially the COVID. Like when the COVID really pushed house prices up. And but some of the clients they got actually bought and they're happy. No problem. And I'm helping two right now. One is buying still Sacramento. They're okay because everything more containers, so they're okay. And the other one also same thing in Mercer. They're buying like Mercer you can still get probably like decent neighborhood. You can still get it like maybe 400 to 400. It's done. How many is it? 4 to 5 bedrooms.
So what is the rental potential?
Yeah, so it's between 2,000 to 2,500. So it's still possible. Yeah.
So if there is a zero sector from this,
No, it's a very smart move because imagine like okay, even see, okay, Western are going to use on knowledge, but if you want to elevate, and it's again good for your future, right? The kids may go, so they can stay there, and the other rooms they can rent it out. Very smart move. So yeah, you should. If someone is really, in fact, Western a few years back, again, this was also in the 300s, the low 300s. But now, it's already 400. At least another 4 or 5 years, it can be 100K, these guys can push.
Are these existing homes or these?
Brand new, look at the brand new. When you go with the,
For the purpose of new, so if they are living here and they don't want to move immediately, but they are living in a rented home,
okay.
how would they use it? When they don't want to move there, they want to buy it.
Okay. Sarah, you can answer this. So, sure. So Sarah she's a loan officer. Sarah. No, we have one. That is another problem. Okay. Hi, Sarah, I'm with Trust Mortgage. And the question was if they're renting currently.
They live in a rented home,
Okay.
but then as Hema said, if they want to buy a first home, but they don't want to move immediately, what
It's
happens?
going to be a rental property, so the interest and the down payment is going to be based on that. Yeah. We have a lot of people that have a current home. They say they want to buy another primary home. Well, they can have one private. Right? I mean, but we can have a second home. Okay? The second home is, but you have to justify it because you have to live in it. So people buy in Napa, I want a wine country, you want this, it's a vacation, okay. We had to rent a cool one for Liverpool, and they live inside a home. And we might have a specific distance, usually 100 miles, but we got to approve, and the reason for that is Napa had the fires, and hey, Liverpool is a wine country, and they wrote this nice letter, the underwriter approved. on each loan, it's different.
A little bit more detail about the second home and then
Okay, so rental, always higher down payment, 25%, 30% will give you a better rate. Some lenders, 30% starting, depends who the lender is. Rates always a percent higher, sometimes with the cost. Okay, because it's riskier. Okay, some lenders have a specific, you cannot have after COVID, like we had people that had 10 properties rented. They only reduced it to 6. My current place doesn't have a limit, but some lenders do. So I'm doing a loan right now, the guy has 9 rental properties, So some lenders might not do that. So you have to, it's specific to the person, to the lender, to the down payment, to the interest rate. You have the questions right now, is interest rate is high. Well, it's high, I know, but a lot of people don't qualify. That makes it better for the buyers because you don't have that much. You have that much less competition.
So for the rental property, what do they look for besides the rental potential? That's basically what I'm
Okay, so if it's rented, we're gonna ask for the rental agreements, and you use them to calculate it as an income for your debt income ratio. Debt income ratio 43%. I'm gonna jump over. What it is, will take your current home you're living, whether you buy, what the rent is, you use only 75% of the rental. Okay? Rented 2,000, you use 75% of that. You take all the costs out. Principal, interest, tax, insurance, PITI, and HOA. Then whatever is left is income for you.
I have to tell you, Sarah, she said like the 2 transactions, I'll tell you what. So, there was a again buyer, he got approval like somewhere else before he met with me, and their approval was like 900,000. And then he came to me and then he was asking, okay, I want to buy a home, even a town home, again, it was a little bit cool, it was really a hot market. And 900 is no way, even a town home is not possible because of the town area. So I called Sarah, I said, can you just take, look at this file and see is there any way we can push the purchase price also the loan amount. She gave approval for 1.1 million. There was a huge difference. So again, that is, again, I have a lot of good resources, Sarah, for everything. So just come ask me, so again, anything is possible. Whatever, with the 900, I could definitely, maybe a condo, but I don't advise to buy condo. And this is at least a global down. And she helped, and then right now she's helping currently with other buyers. Same thing, the buyer want to go to all the big lenders. Oh, I want to go to city chase. Okay, that's fine. Before I said, oh, why don't you just talk to Sarah first and see what she has to offer. And he thought, okay, we can get better, like a loan amount outside, not even close. And finally, he came back to Sarah. And then she's like, she gave approval and then we did like an offer. Let's see.
So how was the increase in loan amount possible?
Yeah.
How was that possible?
So, my background is, I've been doing this almost 30 years. So my background is, I was an underwriter too. So I see how the underwriter sees it. Of course, each lender's underwriter is different. I just moved to Wintrust in December from Gold One, but they're all different, right? But the main thing is we all go by the same guidelines. So we paid off some credit cards, and car was, 5-6 months. So we were able to pay some big debt that nobody else was looking at. And that opened up room for us to go higher.
So you recommend, can you give some recommendation to the client?
Yes, of course. Yes.
So to increase the rent.
Yes. So we usually, she's one of the realtors that I work with.
we don't put anyone at risk. Because at the end, towards the end, they don't, it's rejected because you get a pre-approval. That's not a final approval. Your final approval comes a week before you close escrow. Surprise, many times underwriter says we're not approving. Instead of 10%, you do 20%. Appraisal wasn't good enough. They can ask that, right? So we usually look at it from the beginning. If it's risky, like our current client, we're not pushing. He wants jumbo. I'm like, we're not doing jumbo. We're not doing high balance. I have to give us room for the foundation because high balance you can go up to 50%, 49.9% income ratio, jumbo mandatory 43 or more. No room to negotiate on this. So, we have to be careful. We want people to get loans, but we don't want them to get in trouble. And we don't want to get in trouble either, because it comes to us. So we have to be very careful. We put a lot of times. There are sometimes I pre-approve people 2 months ago. I had to redo it because rates went up almost 1%. And guess what? Some of them are getting approved for way less. And percent in the millions, $1,000 payment.
So, Sarah, how competitive your rates are compared to other,
We are pretty competitive in Wells. So what the trust is, we are in Chicago area. So they came to Northern California. They hired everybody. They're hired producers from Wales, US Bank, Golden One, and some other ones. So we have my manager is from US Bank, so we know what they are. So we try to stay in competition. Always there is somebody good. Always somebody higher. You usually pay for what you get. If it's too low, it's too good to be true, it's risky. Will it put? Yeah. But it might have an issue too.
do they even indicate you possible loan amount? I remember it was American price for that. I'm talking about the story almost 20 years ago. American price used to do and disclose the rates, what you're likely to get based on indicated rates. So pretty hard pull on credit.
Always. For giving pre-approvals, my current company do like pre-qual, the underwriter doesn't see the whole file, but we send them we have a 401k issue in our case right now, so I send it to underwriter and said I want it to do. So we get clearance before any date, but rates always changes twice a day, all day long, and we lock them, you get into contract, unless you buy the builder loan, you can lock it in. But we can't guarantee the rate. Your pre-approval is based on what the rate is today. If the rates are a little bit higher and you are at 49.9, guess what? You have to increase the down payment. So that's why I like to give us a little bit more, like 1% or 2 lower than the income ratio, but some of the buyers insist. You have to work for them. My referrals come from my agents, but once I get them, I work for the client. And we actually work until 11 at night. And I start 4 a.m.
Yeah, that sounded very, very important because sometimes the bank or the loan officer, they don't give the call after 6. That's like, I need a pre-approval right now, I have this urgent question. Then I can always reach out to it. Again, like she said, that's not talking about this year. Because our goal is to, help the buyers to make sure that things are done on time. Yeah. So there's no hiccups later.
And I don't take too many loans. Of course, I have numbers to me, but I also have an assistant. But for my agents and referrals, I do 90% of the work myself. Because we want to make sure I had a close 15 days. My first close I didn't trust. It happens when my mom was ill. We still made sure we closed it. We work no matter what happens. The business is like that. It's like restaurant owners. We can't just close the door. Go on vacation, right? So we're always there. Experience, of course, it helps. Products are very important. In this place, we have different products because I can broker out. A lot of times I have car dealers, doctors that have emergency, hospitals, whatever, we couldn't do it because they show losses. But now I can broker out those loans. So we have more options. We have a very good doctor loan, which is not only for doctors, it's for dentists, surgeons, chiropractors. It's very good. It has a mortgage insurance, but lender pays. So a lot of things that is the varieties. We have a lot of variety in this place. Well, the one was excellent only for jumbo because it's a credit. So, but here, because being a bank, we can broker out. And that helps a lot of people that are stuck. They don't get qualified, we go broker out. Gives us a little bit more flexibility. That's why I'm here.
So can you elaborate on what is broker?
So we have access to a lot of brokers that do different loans. Like for example, if you're self-employed, you only have 1 year access instead of 2. Every lender will ask for 2, right? We have lenders that specifically will take that loan. The rate might be higher, but you can do it, and then when you get your 2 years, you can refinance. But at least you will get to the house you want. So right now, we tell people rates are high, yes, but many people don't qualify. But if you qualify, then you can buy it, because this business is like stocks. We're up and down. You will refinance. People say, you want 30 years. I'm like, I'm 60, and I don't remember doing 1 30 year for myself. It's always been 5, 7, 10. I never have done one refinance for 30 years. In all the years I have. So, this market is volatile, but right now it's a good time to get in. We don't have that much competition. Rates at 3%, can you imagine what's going to be out there? Maybe.
So you're saying that people have to use some of those?
Very few. Very few.
Because rates are likely to come down.
Correct.
So they are
The indications. Then we had 2.5. Hey, I'm a purchase lender, but for that period of time, I did 25 in 1 month. We finance usually my own clients. Yes, everybody got locked at 3%. You can't do that. But at 7, I think we can see 5 again. Maybe not this year, but after everybody's predicting after the elections.
Closing the Hema. So when the rates go down, how does it affect the pricing? The home price?
The home price, again, it is a competition. It's more competition.
So
Because everyone can afford,
Affordability is more.
it's easy, right? So then again, the competition, the price will, see for example, there are some areas, it's like, the seller says, okay, I'm looking for only the asking prices. The district agent, even they don't think that, okay, maybe it may go like, 20, 30K more. But guess what? The buyers are giving 100K more, 200K more. So the seller is okay, but it's just a more affordability with the lower interest rate. Even now with the high interest rate, still we are seeing multiple offers. 200K over. Wherever you go, 100K, 150K over. The unfortunately, there's not many homes to sell. All the good homes, which is gone. And it's just going like one day. In fact, today I also made an offer before it came here. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a preemptive offer. The house just came yesterday. We saw the house yesterday. I made an offer today because they said they're okay to look at the preemptive offers. So let's see what's going to happen. And the buying process, someone was asking if you were they're asking.
What are the do's and don'ts?
Exactly. What are the do's and don'ts? If you are thinking of buying a home, whether it's the first time or second time, first go talk to the owner. Especially now, it is very, very, very important. Sarah said, the rate change every day. The guideline change every day. It's changing too fast. So you have to first sit with your loan officer, find out what are your options. Because I see a lot of like my buyers and first time buyers come to me, they say, I want to buy a home, okay, do you know for how much? They just give some random number, but they don't know what exactly they're qualified for. And they never talk to the loan officer. So I said, first, let's get the pre-approval. It's very, very important, especially now with this interest rate. Also, another very, very important for everyone, the home insurance, fire insurance. It's keep going up. We used to work like before, like pay like 700 a year or 1,000 a year. Right now, it's really 3,000, 4,000 a year. So that's going to impact your approval, pre-approval. So please first talk to like get the pre-approval and then just talk to the insurance company to make sure that you are getting home insurance first. I mean fire insurance. Yeah. That's going to affect the approval process. So you want to make sure how much exactly you are going to pay every month because right now it's coming like 300 to 400 a month. Depends on the area. So some areas are very high because of the fire. So that is very, very new thing that you need to use like find out your options. And then don't when you are in the process, don't close any of your credit card or don't open any of your credit card, new credit card, and then don't do any big purchase. No card. No my card. No my card. It is yeah.
So does that buying a car affects?
Yes, it does.
There is a loan involved.
Exactly. There's a loan. Like if you're buying probably cash, it's okay, right? Because that's not going to affect. But if you're getting a car loan, that's going to impact your purchase power. Yeah.
If you have a pre-approval, the pre-approval is based on the cost of the house, right? Your principal, interest, insurance, tax. Tax is always based on 1.5. That's every underwriter. But once you get the documents like Simon 1.89, you change that, right? HOA, that. And then if you buy the car and it doesn't show on your credit report, before we close escrow, we run a short credit report that tells us there is an inquiry. Once we see that, we come back to you. And if you see a car, guess what? First closing, we have to go all the way back to underwriting, and that deal is closed, which we don't want to do. But that's the reason. Even if they buy cash, if you have sourced the cash that you have and you qualify your reserves, everything based on that can affect it as well. Because cars right now are not cheap.
And you said like not the close at credit card. Why is that?
Yeah, I think because you it's for the
When you close a credit card, especially your old credit cards, that have a lot of history, your credit score drops drastically.
Because of available credits.
Yeah, you pay it off, that's fine. But don't close it. Make sure you have credit. In this country, you have to have credit, and it's not only credit cards. Secured loans are what's going to build up your credit score.
What do you mean by secured loans? Home loans.
Home loans, car loans, secured CD loan, borrow against your CD. I tell people that don't have money, credit. Hey, you have money in the bank, borrow against yourself. You pay yourself. So, just to build up, they want to see like payments, all that, just to build up. Because qualifying for certain products is based on the FICO score. And we go based on the middle and the lowest middle. So husband and wife will take the middle of the lowest person to give you the rate. Oh. Everybody has 3 scores, we'll take the middle.
It does vary depending on investment property versus value.
Same thing, and it's almost industry-wide. Everybody's like that. Very few might do it different, like that.
I have seen some buyers also, they just shop open for the rates, but they never run the credit score. It's always a good idea to run at least once, so you know what's missing there, or if anything gets, maybe even on a small bill, maybe you missed by mistake, it's going to sit in your credit report. So always it's a good idea to do once at least to see what's going on. If something is there, you can fix it like right away.
You can use your
Yes. It takes like couple of months, so easier fix for you next to it. Yeah. It will be easy for your process.
Okay, buyers do's and don'ts. One more add பண்றேன். தமிழ் மன்ற மெம்பரா இருந்தா do buy home from Hema.
And then benefits சொல்லுங்க.
Yeah, அது கேட்கலாம்.
Yeah.
Don'ts என்னன்னா, if you are a தமிழ் மன்ற member, இதை பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னா, don't look for any other realtor buy from Hema.
Very good. Thank you. But yeah, you can still interview me, ask all the questions, and make sure that you are comfortable working with me. Then you can hire.
So இந்த வருஷம் நிறைய மெம்பர்ஸ் பெனிஃபிட் போட்டுருக்கோம்.
Okay.
இப்போ ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் போனாங்கன்னா வந்து டிஸ்கவுண்ட் பண்ணுறோம்.
Okay.
இப்போ மீனா தான் கேட்டாங்க. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு யாராவது பையரோ செல்லரோ வந்தாங்கன்னா தமிழ் மன்ற மெம்பருக்கு நீங்க என்ன
Of course, Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
பெரிய லிஸ்ட் இருக்கா?
Very mistake.
ஸோ அதை பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணிடுவோம் மெம்பர்ஸ்க்கு. ஐ திங்க் முன்னாடியே நம்ம வந்து அந்த மெம்பர்ஸ்க்கு உங்களுக்கு லிங்க் கொடுத்துருக்கோம்.
Yeah. But you
நீங்கள்
will
ஹை லெவலில் சொல்லுங்க.
So for special for Bay Area Tamil Nadu மக்கள் I have like there's like 18 point services that I offer. But when you buy a home or sell a home to me, you will get this. There's no charge. I will cover the charge. There are like 18 points. It's probably worth like a couple of $1,000. If you are going to do all this, it's amazing.
Just because you are a BAK member.
Exactly, just because you're a BAK member. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. Special offer, yes.
நன்றி ஹேமா.
ஹேமா இப்போ நிறைய பேர் வந்து ரெண்டல் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டில வந்து ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் வாங்குறது வந்து ரெண்டல் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டில இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்றாங்க. எனிவே பிரைவேட் ஹோம் அவங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி கொடுத்துட்டு தான் இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த ரெண்டல் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்லாம் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்.
Yeah, I personally don't do property management, but I do have people that they do. I can refer to the property management company. That's how I'm doing for like Sacramento area. It comes with like now I'm working with Mercer buyer. He's doing an investment. He didn't even ask me anything because he didn't know what's the next process. I already started talking to the couple of property managers to just find out, okay, how easy to rent it out, or what's going to take. So that way, if you give a heads up, he'll be ready.
ஸோ அந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ங்கிறது நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து இருக்கும்போது ஒரு கொஸ்டின் அவனுடைய உங்ககிட்டயே இந்த கொஸ்டின் கேட்கனா எப்பவுமே நீங்க வந்து மெம்பர்ஸ்க்காக வீடு வாங்குறவங்களோட மனநிலை அறிஞ்சு அதனாலதான் உங்களோட வெற்றிக்கு ஒரு காரணம். ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் வச்சுக்கிறது பெற்றா அது நம்மளாவே இப்போ வந்து சொல்றாங்க ஜிம்மால போனா அவங்க எல்லாம் பார்த்துக்கிறாங்க அது பெற்றா.
It's a very good question. It really depends how comfortable you are with it. Because okay, so there are people that they can deal with that. They can do their own research, find check the background and everything. But some people they cannot deal with people. That especially when it comes to tenant, because you want to make sure that you get a right tenant. That is very important. Don't worry about $100, $200 coming on the product. But make sure that you get the right tenant. So definitely both are. It just really depends on you. You are comfortable and again, if it's a prime area and it's a very easy, then you take it on your own. Yeah, and fun. Okay.
The point நமக்கு அந்த கேரண்டி கிடையாது. டெனன்ட் எப்படி இருப்பாங்கிறது வந்து நம்ம எதெல்லாம் பேக்ரவுண்ட் செக் பண்ணாலும் அந்த ப்ரொஃபஷனலிசம் வந்து எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கிறவங்க இருக்கும்ன்றது
அவங்க ரியேட் ஆயிட்டாங்க 10%
இல்ல ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி மேனேஜர்ஸ் அந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பண்றவங்க வந்து they have experience so they do all the work for us, right?
இல்ல ஆக்சுவலா ஜெல்லுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா they can run your background checks and background scores also is there in Zello. So based on that you can decide okay their profession also you can figure what is their salary slip also you can ask them in Zello. So based on that you can able
But then the holds the home should have that.
that is how that
So on behalf of Hema நான் வந்து சொல்றேன் அவங்க சொன்னதை வச்சு நமக்கு வந்து மனிதர்களை கையாளுற திறன் நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா நம்ம அதை பண்ணணும்.
Again, just because you're going to property management, sometimes, you know, that's going to be, I mean, not every property manager will really do it, right? Again, make sure ask the right questions. That is very, very important when you hire property manager. Again, like someone say, okay, I just charge you $100. Okay, that's very reasonable, right? Okay, for the $100,
what you serve you.
just ask them because sometimes people fall for like $100, but again,
You pay for what you get.
exactly, you pay for what you get. One, same thing when it comes to real estate. It's the same thing. Please, like I said, talk to your agent who you are going to interview or you are going to hire. Talk to them and ask them what exactly they do. Okay, now tell me step by step what you are going to do. Because I don't know.
Current situation that I know like the interest rate for investment property is almost more than 6 or 7.
8%.
8%. 6 to 7, okay, yeah.
Okay.
So, what is the best area you can look out right now? I know in area no one can do the investment because you can't get the break even also. But which area you can able to get the rent versus the purchase property? Not like exact, ignore the property tax, but at least the what you can say, loan mortgage is down, right? This is the best area, right?
அதோட நான் இன்னொரு question add பண்ணிடுறேன். இந்த question cancel பண்ணிடுறேன்.
Okay.
ரொம்ப சென்சிட்டிவான question இது. Okay. இங்க என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா லைக் ஓனர்ஸ் வந்து டெனன்ட்ஸ் தான் ரைட் சொல்லிடும். அவங்க வீட்டை விட்டு மூவ் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியாது.
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The next stage is
So California வந்து employment tenant friendly.
இல்ல இத வந்து உண்மையாவே எப்படி நம்பிக்கை அடிப்படையில் தான் நம்ம வந்து விடுற மாதிரி இல்ல.
இல்ல நம்ம அக்ரிமெண்ட் போடுறோம். Okay, the agreement we are saying okay 1 year lease is there and you have to if we say continue you can never see there more, right? We have the agreement. But still I'm asking.
Yes. Now, இப்போ ரீசெண்டா நடந்துட்டு இன்சிடென்ட் சொல்றேன். Very unfortunate, but again it just happened. My client, he bought his house in President. He bought it like a long time back. அவங்க இருந்தாங்க வெளியில இருந்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் they moved, they upgraded to single family home. And then இந்த வீட்டை வந்து ரெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. First 2 years no problem. The tenants were fine and all okay. So second tenant வந்தாங்க. 1 year no issue. Then the issue started. Just simply, I think the tenant said, okay, there was some minor repair needs to be done. So my client said, okay, let's do it. But then she never let them into in the house, giving some excuses. And then he didn't also follow up. This was like this. So after like probably like 2 months, there is a email coming from her attorney to my client. Okay. And she said because there was நிறைய damage இருக்குள்ள and owner வந்து எதுவுமே fix பண்ணவே இல்ல. So and then he has to pay because of that some health issue or anything சொல்லி 60K கொடுத்தாதான் நான் வீட்டு காமிக்கிறேன். And he came to me, lawyer with the basic, but lawyer clearly said even though I mean, I asked him all the questions like, did you have any proof that you really tried to, go to the home, try to do the repair? He has everything, but even the lawyer said, I mean, you can take the case to the court, but guess what? You're going to pay me more.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, the California law is more favorable to tenants. So, I mean, you can go either way, even though but you can go either way, and it's going to take long time. So sometimes it's just not worth it.
So during COVID நிறைய பேர்
Yeah.
கொஸ்டின் என்னன்னா அப்போ வந்து வேற அது வந்து ஒரு மனித நேயத்தையும் பண்ணாது. எனக்கு மெயின் கொஸ்டின் வந்து
See, that is why we check their like background check, right? Make sure that there's no addiction in the past.
Yeah,
You know, அதெல்லாம் பண்ணி careful பண்ணணும். It is just a chance. But again, one or two parents in my வரதான் செய்வாங்க.
See, it's like ratio is not that great, but very less people do
But
it.
anyone, neither சொல்லுவேன். If you are thinking about investing in real estate, there is always a risk like this. I mean, risk in the way it's just more out of pocket.
Okay.
Like, you know, you have to expect to see. Again, you cannot expect cash flow all the time. You know, you have to be ready for like, okay, maybe wait and see, right? Sometimes 1 month, we have to work on that. Maybe it may take like 1 or 2 to get into a new tenant. So you can do it.
Even based on it is best you can check based on the profession what they are working, right?
Yes.
If they are okay, if they are doctors,
Yeah.
if they are working in a government agency, we can just go with their background check. It's a win-win, like okay, we are going with only the proper employed and like proper. You're working in Amazon as IT.
Yeah.
Thinking we can do that.
Yeah.
But sometimes that can be misleading also.
Okay.
You always can have an attorney that do the right things.
Okay.
You know, just because you're an attorney doesn't mean you don't have a taxes. You're a doctor, you pay your bills on time. Maybe you have allergies that's causing all the. I mean, there's always,
Okay.
you have to be checking everything.
Follow-up question, sorry, follow-up question. Did they have a property manager or?
They will manage it on their own.
So what would have been the scenario?
Same thing, even with the property manager, they can only help you to make the paperwork, you know, but even the attorney couldn't help much.
So in that case, the fault wouldn't be on the property manager because even the property manager has to be a real person. So then they have to be a licensed.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
So they're not liable. Property manager is not liable.
They can't do much, they can only help you, that's it.
Property management is like renting a property, they get it, people, they can maintain your house and all this, that's it.
See, sometimes
The
even
legal
if
issue
they,
is always,
even if they don't pay rent, like, they can only try, but, yeah.
Okay, next question on the
my question is not, where to invest with the,
Okay, let me tell you.
money,
If you buy even in the 400 range, property,
location right now.
நான் சொன்னா வாங்கிடுவீங்களா?
Yeah, which location, if it's right now, I can.
Right now, I can see, okay,
Most
wait.
of them say like, right now, the location only available is Mantika, we have to get it.
Merced, after that, Miss Merced.
Message, yeah, just call it this, so all, and
Exactly.
Davies. These are the things I'm getting, but I want to.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, near UC Davis, that comes like Natumas.
Never must follow that.
So Natumas 300K இருக்கும்போது நான் நிறைய பேர் சொன்னேன், நிறைய பேர் அப்போ வாங்கல,
Rather is this.
against buy, yeah. But whoever bought it, they're very happy like this. Yeah. Same thing, that's what I was telling earlier. Maybe Mercer, maybe another 4-5 years, it's going to be.
So now it's right spot.
Actually, now it's little late, but still okay, still not bad. Yeah.
So என்னுடைய question similar தான். அதாவது rental property பத்தி கேட்டேன். நான் வந்து நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து நேர் இருக்கும், ட்ரெயின் இருக்கும். அவங்களால அஃபோர்ட் பண்ண முடியல. ஸோ சில பேர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கேவலம் இருக்காங்க. பட் அவங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வேறு இருக்கிற ஒர்க் இருக்கும். அந்த வேறு போய் அந்த இன்கம்ல அவங்களால அஃபோர்ட் பண்ண முடியல. எந்த ஏரியாவில் அவங்க வந்து இது வாங்கலாம் அனைவருக்கும் ஒன்று. ஸோ எந்த லொகேஷனாக நீங்கள் சஜஸ்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க? அதுவே என்னன்னா ஒரு பேடாக இருக்கவங்க 750 கேஸ் 1 இயர் நான் பார்க்கலாம். 1 to 1.25 அதுவே ஒரு 2-3 பேட் சொன்னீங்கன்னா
Yeah, definitely. Tracy is definitely one of the options. I think for 850, you can get a really nice big house. Tracy is good. Mountain house is good. And school districts. Okay, so Tracy probably is school district. I don't think.
No.
Maybe one or two.
Actually, based on the community, which committee you're
That's what, yeah.
If it's Elise,
I think at least, I think they're going to get a brand new schools.
yeah, they will get. And basically only next year on start.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah. And mountain house, the schools are good. But again, beyond that, school Pona and Bentur is good. Bentur is always the option. But Bentur remain a real price of the age, but still it's affordable.
and last,
Last one, yeah, okay. Personally, I
RI is
That was not so maybe it's a
well, actually,
developing
studies
area.
are there. RI is good actually. That's what they say.
மற்றவங்க இடம் இருந்துச்சுங்களா நம்ம தவம்
Definitely it was a good ride, so yeah.
Question தான்.
So yes, massive. Elko,
Electro is also okay, but price they are already in the high 600 to 700. Those will also be okay.
questions இருக்கா
Those will,
Yeah,
the prices are.
சார் நீங்க யாரா ஃப்ரெண்ட் போய் கூட வாங்க क्वेश्चन கேக்குறவங்க
நல்ல கேள்வி
உங்க பேரை சொல்லிட்டு கூட நீங்க ஒருத்தர
உங்க பேர் சொல்லுங்க.
வீடு வாங்கணும்ல
Oh. Student is one of the options. அது தவிர we have to see. Yeah.
but students okay.
பிரைஸ்ங்க 400K புது வீடு
இல்ல students invest இது rental
Okay, same. I mean, some students are students.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we teen are probably not. Yeah. But still, you can like each room separated. If you give one family, probably below rent. Like, students probably need a bit more. Yeah, but that's why the rents are kind of lower. 2,000, starting like 2,000 to 2,500.
Oh,
For a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom. But only you get that much.
students means you can guarantee each room
Yeah, if it's a
ratio.
5-bedroom, then you can, each room you can, separate it. Probably you get more.
Long-term investment capital, forget about this. Okay to have for next 5 to 10 years. I think your more capital gain than important.
Doubling % any prime area.
Outside of the day.
Yeah, actually, in Sacramento, still there's a room for the price to go up. Yeah. Different now I have seen different pockets of Sacramento. There's like a lot of people
Which area in
like Roseville, Elko.
He has invested in Bangalore. Yeah, I have a comment on it, but yeah, I want to also.
Sure. Yeah, like Sacramento is definitely. Thousand is also good, but again, the prices are like, little on the higher side. I would say starting from 700. 7 to 800.
Prices have come down in Rockwell and Roseville also last few years.
Like it came down a bit, but then it's catching up again. Yeah, last year then was like, especially November, December was like, I would say, very, very slow market. But we have perfect time for buyers and even investment.
Yeah, I got it completely.
Okay. Beginning of 2021? Yes. Oh, then you probably sitting on a good
I actually went up really good. Came down once again.
But then it's just catching up again. Yeah, that's why I said like starts like this year, like after January, the graph is going to.
Final question was the tax related. I'm not sure that you can answer.
Okay.
So, taxable loss of each and every rental property. Or you make it as an active loss. LLC, so you recommend it out or how do you do that? Yes, passive loss is accumulating. You keep on doing it.
Exactly, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you recommend
Out of
to
service.
go for it?
Out of service.
CPA.
Yeah.
See,
That's
that's
right.
like you say. See, before you can answer anything, things are changing fast. So they say something, I don't know whether it's even like, that is why. Otherwise,
Let's say, do you recommend to have LLC for maintaining property?
it's better. Yeah.
Why?
Okay, tomorrow, let's say the short sales are coming, foreclosure, and one suppose one is not, like at least you pay the price for.
Also, you can transfer the risk. Individual is all your primary property and all your name. When you form LLC, then only.
But how about the lenders, right? The loan, it's still loan. If you just transfer your property to LLC, then you don't need to apply lender.
Yeah,
Then they won't give the same rate.
For that, oh, even if you,
But okay, but after that, you just take on letter to.
நீங்க அங்க போய் ஒரு கேள்வி
இல்ல அப்ப லோன் எடுத்து நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வாங்கணும் அப்புறம் நம்ம திருப்பி
Letter to take positively, or they just refinance and we do it for against the business.
how the level, she's the loan officer.
Oh,
So for LLC, we broker it out. We have lenders that do LLC.
Okay.
If not, you buy it, then you put it under your LLC.
Okay. So that, I mean, that's a good option. After that, will let us take it as possibility that okay, I can still keep the same
Depends
loan.
on the lenders.
So,
Yes, you have to, when you're buying, you have to check with your lender, if they do the property under LLC, then I don't. Like I can tell you, I will broker it out, then you don't give it their guidelines. Whoever that lender is.
But there are some lenders that-
Pay them to
Okay.
do that, so, you know, so.
I'm worried about whether they will force me to refinance for the LLC rate.
But I will find it.
So,
And fine,
Because something, again, I'm just telling, I learned everything, even though we do this 20 years, but sometimes you don't even, because I never got experience, chance to work with that.
And I will check with our.
Also, I know your.
Yes. Yeah, because I think the mortgage also somebody said that something called due on stake on or something like that. The mortgage has that. Then you cannot transfer the LLCs.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I'll check that too with our brokers and I'll let you know.
So வேற யாருக்காவது கேள்வி இருந்தா
So before you come, Hema chapter listed all the benefits of using that service. Maybe she can recap. And I will try to so okay, there are so many realtors around us. So what benefits you will get?
Exactly. I mean, first I want to know why you need it. First you need to ask why you need it.
What is the new change for you? Sorry.
Yes, yeah. It's okay. The new change is going to be for the buyers, and you have to have a buyer representation agreement signed before you go to the property. So that's like an agreement between the buyer and the broker. So you have to have the agreement. Without that, you cannot enter into any property. You may probably still go to an open house, even that was still not sure, because the change is happening right now, and they are updating the new agreement. They are working on it still. And
owners also will
yeah, I mean, they can still go, they can still show, but they cannot talk anything about the clients. Yeah. The moment they start talking, you have to sign the agreement with the agent. So please make sure, go always try to go with your own agent. Otherwise, you are kind of stuck with the agreement. That agreement means so you are going to pay that agent. So the new change is the seller pay to the seller's agent, the buyer will pay to the buyer's agent. That's going to be the new thing. But
So is it like still 3%? It's still 3%.
See, that's the thing, it's negotiable.
Oh, it's negotiable.
Yeah.
So whatever the buyer thinks the right amount, they can pay to the
Exactly, yeah.
buyer's agent.
That's one second. So why do we need to even sign this agreement? Is the agreement signing is not going to make sure that they are ready from the seller rate or something like that?
Yeah, so, okay, once they sign the agreement with
Yes.
you, they cannot get paid from the seller.
Or they cannot get paid from
They
seller?
cannot. If the seller agree, see, that's the thing. Okay, Okay, so this agreement is, if the percentage, let's say if they sign up with you some X percentage, but then the seller is offering more, the agent can get only whatever the agreement the buyer, not whatever the seller is offering. They cannot accept more. They cannot accept more.
So I'm going to open house, I directly sign the agreement with the very
You mean the seller's agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can if you want. If you want to hire them. Yeah. You can also maybe say that, okay, I'm going to work only with this property. Make sure that. And then make sure what you are signing. Because some agents can lock you up for a year. Oh, please make sure whatever you are signing.
It's part of the property only. No. Oh, okay.
They can trick you however they want. So that is why I keep repeating. Read the agreement and ask the question.
Whenever I go and buy, they just say that I'm buying it.
So usually,
that's why-
usually it's not a good idea to have the same agent, the person being buyer and seller.
Not at all.
Because it's conflict.
That's always the case, but then again, see, that's why I said the real estate can be very tricky. So just work with the clean agent, professional agent. That is good for you guys. So that way you have a smooth escrow and transaction. That is very, very important.
Basically, don't get backed away by
Yeah. And then also make sure that okay, if the agent says, okay, I'm going to charge you 2.5%, right? Ask, okay, what kind of service or value that you are going to bring to me? Because sometimes 2.5 is still okay, but you can get a better value. I was just showing what I want, how I want my buyers and sellers, how much money I save for them. Then better than giving 1% cash back. But I do help when some buyers or sellers are really need. I do help. I even help my client that he lost his job, and then he just bought a home through some agent before. After 6 months, he lost his job, and then he wanted to sell his home, and he came to me, and he was single income person. And I felt so bad because he's not making any profit out there. So I told him, okay, I'm going to charge bare minimum. I'm not going to charge anything for myself, just my brokerage, whatever, just pay the fee. I'll take it. So I do help that way. But if someone is going to come ask me, can you do it for 1%?
தமிழ் பண்ற நண்பராக என்ன பெனிஃபிட்
இல்ல ஆல்ரெடி மெம்பர்ஸ் தான் ஐடியா கொடுங்க வெரிஃபை பண்ணுவோம்
தமிழ் மற்றும் நீங்களும் மெம்பர் இல்லைன்னா ஒன்றும் ஆயிடுங்க.
தெரியுமா ராஜேஷ் தெரியுமா
நிறைய benefit இருக்கு.
நிறைய benefits இருக்கு. Actually, I have a stock, I have a flyer. There is a maintenance package that I offer for Tamil Pay and Tamil members. If you want Tamil Pay, I have a nice package. That's included.
They are different.
It's a maintenance list of package. Just like the 18 points maintenance. If you get these things outside, probably you come outside of the package.
கலெக்ட் பண்றது தலைவர்
And I was just again telling them that this is what I follow. Yeah. This is
ஆமா ஃபார்மலா நம்ம வந்து லைஃப் இது லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் முடிச்சிடலாம் முடிச்சிட்டு நம்ம அப்புறம் கேஷுவலா மக்களோட அப்புறம் மீட்டிங் சாப்பிட்டு பேசலாம் சரி நீங்க ஈஸி எல்லாமே இங்க வாங்க
First வந்து big thanks to radio company for this opportunity. இது வந்து ஒன் ஆன் ஒன் எல்லாத்தையும் பேசி சான்ஸ் பார்க்குறவங்களுக்கும் என்ன கொஸ்டின் தெரியல ஏதாவது கேட்டிருந்தா நான் வந்து கண்டிப்பா நான் ஆன்சர் பண்றேன். எனிதிங் நீங்க எப்போ வேணா எனக்கு கால் பண்ணலாம். அண்ட் சி மை ஃபோன் இஸ் ரைட் ஹியர். ஐ அம் ஆல்வேஸ் அவைலபிள் டு கால் அண்ட் நீங்க ஈவன் மெசேஜ் விட்டா இமிடியேட்டா நான் வந்து நான் ரிப்ளை பண்ணுவேன். Thank you so much. Definitely nice. Thank you. 2020 வந்து ஒரு webinar பண்ணோம். I was expecting I couldn't. They were like Meena and Juliet வந்து என்ன வந்து அவ்வளோ சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி அந்த பண்ண வச்சாங்க. And because of the webinar, this is interesting. I have to tell you. So அந்த webinar வந்து பண்ணி முடிச்ச உடனே நிறைய கேட்டாங்க. And அது ஒரு பையர் webinar முடிஞ்சு ஒரு 3 months இருக்கும். எனக்கு கால் வந்து ஹஸ்பண்ட் ஒய்ஃப் வந்து கால் பண்ணிட்டு said he saw your webinar after 3 months. அப்போ அவர் பார்க்கல 3 months கழிச்சு பார்த்துட்டாங்க. என்ன இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்னா ஹஸ்பண்ட் தனியா பார்த்துட்டாங்க, ஒய்ஃப் தனியா பார்த்துட்டாங்க. ஆனா ரெண்டு பேருக்கு ஏதோ ஒன்று என்கிட்ட கனெக்ட் ஆகிட்டு they said this is exactly what they said. We felt very genuine when we hear you talking and we want to can you help us find our first investment property down. They got an investment property and then they got a next home. Yeah. And one more client வந்தாங்க and அவங்க எப்படின்னா first time buyers. They had only like 10% down. Somehow like, we really got a nice one in Vancouver and they were so happy. எனக்கு வந்து actually ஒரு voice note in consumer because அது நான் இப்போ கேட்டா I get very emotional. They said I think we got a key got and they sent me a wish and they said நான் வந்து கடவுளுக்கு எவ்வளவு தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்றோமோ அந்த அளவுக்கு உங்களுக்கும் நான் தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்றேன் because of you mom. அது வந்து எனக்கு எப்போ கேட்டாலும் really emotional because see these are we are dealing with people's emotion and it's so important and when in Karmanam சொல்லும்போது I feel so happy and that's what I want. All my buyers sellers that's what I need and என்கிட்ட வந்து பேரண்ட்ஸ் வாங்கி கிட்ஸ் வந்து என்கிட்ட அனுப்புறாங்க. That's huge. I already like for the end couple. I know when the parents bought through me and then now I'm helping these kids. It just means a lot. So generation exactly. Exactly. இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஷேர் பண்றதுக்கு இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி பேசிக் அது எல்லாருமே வந்து நெட்வொர்க்ல ரொம்ப நன்றி and எல்லாரும் இன்னொரு பொறுமையா வந்து thank you so much and viewers எல்லாருமே thank you so much. Thank you Hema. இந்த வருடம் வந்து ஹேமா பத்தி சொல்லணும்னா 2020 அதே இன்னைக்கும் அதே சொல்லலாம். முதுப்பை இழந்தவன் கைபோல ஆங்கே இருக்கும் தலைவராம் தன்னுடைய உடை அவள் சொல்லும்போது அது போலதான் மகளிர் மட்டும் வளர்ந்து நீலா சந்திரபாணி தலைமையில பெண்களால் வளரும் வந்து 2020 அதிகபட்ச பெண்களாக இருக்கும். அப்போ வந்து மகளிர் அணிக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணுன்றதுக்காக அதுவும் தமிழ் மன்றத்துல பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் ஸ்பான்சரா வந்தாங்க. எனக்கு எப்பவுமே நத்திங் இஸ் ஃப்ரீ அப்படின்னு நான் உண்மையா நம்புவேன். அப்போ உங்களை கைப்படுத்தி முகத்தை பார்த்து நான் சிரிக்கிறப்ப ஒரு தமிழ் மன்ற நம்பராவது உங்களை வீட்டு வாங்குவாங்க அப்படின்னு நான் சொன்னேன். ஆனா சில தமிழ் மன்ற மெம்பர்ஸ் COVID-19 நாங்க எக்ஸ்கியூஸே பார்த்தது ஒரு இணையதள நிகழ்ச்சி தான் பண்ணி அது மூலம் வந்தவங்க தான் அந்த பிளேயர்ஸ்.
ஸோ பாரம்பரிய ஒரு இயல்பா நீங்க மாறிக்கிட்டு இருக்கீங்க ஏரியால. ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி. உங்களோட இந்த வருடமும் ஹேமா வந்து ஒரு பிரேக் எடுக்கலாமான்னு கேட்டாங்க. மறுபடியும் இதே கூப்பிடுறத நான் உங்களுக்கு சொன்னேன். திரும்பவும் இருக்கிறாங்க நம்மளோட. சில வார்த்தைகள் துணைத்தலைவர் நிர்வாகம், துணைத்தலைவர் கல்வி பண்பாடு போடுறாங்க.
சில பேர் நான் வந்து பார்த்திருக்கேன். நான் தமிழ் பேசுவேன், நான் தமிழ் கடைக்கு தான் போவேன், நான் தமிழர்களுக்கெல்லாம் வந்து வர்த்தகம் பண்ணுவேன் அப்படின்னு சில பேர் வந்து உண்மையே வச்சிருப்பாங்க. ஸோ அதே மாதிரி நிறைய பேர் நம்ம தமிழ் மன்றத்துலயே இருக்காங்க, எனக்கு தெரியும். அதனாலதான் வந்து ஜூனியர் அவங்க இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணப்போ வந்து அவங்க பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. எவ்ரி இயர் வந்து இவங்க வந்து ஒரு பிளாட்டினம் ஸ்பான்சர் அப்படின்னு அந்த லெவல்ல தமிழ் மன்றத்துல இருந்து இவங்களுக்கு ரிட்டர்ன் வருதா இல்லையா அப்படின்னு கன்சல்ட் பண்றது. அவங்க வந்து அவங்களோட போடுற எஃபர்ட்டுக்கு வந்து தமிழ் மன்றத்துல வந்து பூத்துல அவங்க வந்து வெளியில போறவங்க நிறைய பேரும் வரலாம். இருந்தாலும் தமிழ் மன்றத்துக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு வந்து ஒரு பிளாட்டினம் ஸ்பான்சரா எவ்ரி இயர் வந்து ஒரு கணிசமான தொகையை கொடுக்குறாங்க. அதுக்காகவே நான் வந்து ஹேமாசங்கரை பாராட்டினேன். அதுவும் இல்லாம நிறைய பேர் வந்து இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்றீங்க. அதனால தமிழ் மன்றத்துல இருக்கிற தமிழ்ல பேசி இந்த மாதிரி திருக்குறள்லாம் சொல்லலாம், தமிழ்ல பேசி வீடு வாங்குங்க, வீடு இருக்கிறதா இருந்தாலும் ஹேமாசங்கர் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க. நன்றி.
ஜாயின் பண்ண எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றி. இப்போ சொன்னாங்க வந்து அவங்க கிளைண்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப மெசேஜ் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் என்னன்னா, நான் ஒரு ரியல்டரோட ஒர்க் பண்ணேன். அவரும் தமிழ் ரியல்டர் தான். ஜென்ரலாக காம்படிட்டர்ஸ் வந்து அவ்வளோ சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. பட் நான் ஒர்க் பண்ண ரியல்டர் வந்து என்னோட குருவை இவங்க தாங்க. எக்ஸாக்ட் வேர்ட் அவங்க சொன்னது. நான் கேட்டேன், இப்ப நைஸா இருக்கீங்க, அவர் எப்படின்னா எல்லாமே ஏன்னா எல்லாமே நான் ஹேமாண்ட் வந்து காம்படிஷன் வந்து பாராட்டுவாங்க. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு தமிழ் மன்ற மெம்பர்ஸ் வந்து இந்த சேவையை கண்டிப்பா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கணும்னு நான் நிறைய கேட்டுருக்கேன். மற்றபடி இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய செஷன்ஸ் நடக்கும். வந்து எல்லாரையும்
ஸோ ரொம்ப நாளா வந்து ஆன்லைன்லயே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். கோவிட்ல எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு வந்து ஒரு 4 வருஷத்துக்கு போய் இன்வெஸ்ட்லாம் வந்து 2024 ஆன்லைன்ல தான் பண்றோம். கோவிட் இன்வெஸ்ட்லாம் பண்றோம். நிறைய இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் நிறைய வாங்க நிறைய கிளாரிபிகேஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் நிறைய கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. சரிங்களா? அது மாதிரி என்னோட கோர்ஸ் ஃப்ரெண்டு நீங்க வாங்கி கொடுத்தீங்க. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. நன்றி.
அவங்க உங்களுக்கும் வாங்கி கொடுக்கணும்.
ஒரு நல்ல டாக்டர் எவ்வளவு முக்கியமோ ஒரு ஹெல்த் ஒரு நல்ல Thank you for such a nice word. Again, it means a lot. You made it.
Thank you. So, the நேரம் சான் பிரான்சிஸ்கோ பல்கேரியா பள்ளி தமிழ் மன்றம். இந்த நேரம் சான் பிரான்சிஸ்கோ பல்கேரியா பள்ளி தமிழ் மன்றம். நம்முடைய பிளாட்டினம் ஸ்பான்சர் ஹேமா சங்கர் அவர்களுடன் அது நடத்திய ஹேமா. ஸோ இதுதான் அவர் ஹேமா சங்கர். இதுதான் அவங்களோடது. அவங்க நம்பர் வந்து 510-938-4721. கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. 510-938-4727. நம்மளோட ஹேமாட்ட நம்மளுடைய தமிழ் மன்ற உறவினர்களிடம் நமக்கு வீட்டுக்கு தேவையானது, நம்ம வீட்டு திருமணங்கள் எல்லாத்துக்குமே நம்மளுடைய பிரபலங்கள்கிட்ட வாங்குங்க. எல்லாரும் நல்லா இருக்கும். என்றும் அன்புடன் தேவி தங்கசாமி, துணைத் தலைவர் கோபால், கலை பண்பாட்டு தலைவர் பொருளாளர் ராஜேஷ் ராமசாமி. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
இதை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறவங்க லைக் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, வீடு வாங்குங்க.
Yeah.